What's good, everyone? Accent Boy here, back with another video, man. And shout out to all my loyal subscribers, man. And do me a quick favor, like, comment, and subscribe. But however, man, man, I gotta give a one-time shout out to the most notorious gang in America, and that's the NYPD department. And a lot of people always talking about defunding the police, etc., etc. But in reality, we know that won't happen. And I have to give credit where it's due. And I was watching the news, man, and I was seeing on the news out in New York that they captured a lot of gang members. And to be honest, I'm so happy because this is gonna make the street a little bit more safer, so people could go out and don't have to worry about being shot, robbed, or killed. And so I'm gonna let you guys see the little clip that I'm talking about from the news, and then we're gonna come back and chop it up.
The home of blackjack. Get in on the thrill of the hit, the split, the double down. Enjoy the...
Officials think this could be the largest gang takedown in history in the borough of Queens, and Fox 5 was given exclusive access as it happened. The Queens District Attorney, along with the NYPD Chief of Detectives, announcing the 151-count indictment of 33 alleged gang members. Officials say all 33 defendants are charged with conspiracy to commit murder, and that 18 of those were active trigger pullers. They say the defendants are members of warring gangs trying to establish territorial dominance in southeast Queens. The gun violence escalated after the high-profile murder of an aspiring high school basketball star 4 years ago.
While the gang war was set off by a slashing in April of 2019, the tensions and the violence between the warring factions escalated after the murder of 14-year-old Amir Griffin in October of 2019.
Throughout this investigation, it was determined that members of these gangs intended to commit murder and shoot opposing gang members based solely on their alliances and territorial disputes.
30 guns. You see them there. They were seized in this gang takedown. But before today's sweeping indictment was announced against members of two violent street gangs, our own Lisa Evers was embedded with the operation as NYPD detectives rounded up the suspects. And she is here now to bring us this Fox 5 exclusive. Lisa, take it away.
Well, Chris, this long-term investigation began with the murder of a promising teen basketball player. Now, nearly 4 years later, NYPD detectives tell us they have dismantled two rival gangs who terrorized South Jamaica residents with reckless gunfire, using drill music videos and social media to fuel their beefs. We got an exclusive look at their focused methods, which are very different from the wide net gang sweeps of the past. Some of the more than 30 suspects were already behind bars in state prison and on Rikers Island for other crimes. They were brought into the 111th precinct to be charged in this major gang conspiracy case. So serious were the safety concerns about the explosive rivalry between the crews known as Money World and their opposition, or ops, the local trap stars, that police booked them at separate precincts to keep their family members and associates separated when they showed up.
It's pretty much shoot on sight when they see the opposition. And a lot of times innocent people are caught in the middle of it.
Over the last 5 or 6 years, these two gangs terrorized an entire community.
Before sunrise, more than 150 NYPD detectives and supervisors assembled for the takedown of the alleged gang members. Most are between the ages of 18 to 22 and have been arrested before.
It started in the Baisley houses when Amir Griffin got shot and killed.
In October 2019, 14-year-old Amir Griffin, a Cardozo High School student athlete, was the unintended target of a shooting. He was killed on the basketball courts near his home.
John, anything you want to say?
18-year-old Sean Brown was arrested for the murder and is part of this case.
That could have been me. It could be my cousins, my nephews. I mean, it's just sad that that had to happen, but today we have justice for the family.
As detectives investigated, they found a connection to other shootings that were happening in South Jamaica. Some were in broad daylight, one even outside a high school. Police say an escalating rivalry between the money world and local trap star gangs was responsible.
Once a shooting occurs and there's retaliation for that shooting, it goes back and forth. And it seems like they're never satisfied with the amount of violence they've committed, and they're always trying to get one up on their opposition.
Captain Gillis says the rivalry is over territory, not money or drugs. The hatred heated up over social media taunts and drill music videos where they allegedly bragged about the shootings, the actual locations, and even the calibers of guns used in incidents under investigation.
The drill rap is always a motivator, right? And the drill rap is so specific in that they mention people that have been killed in the past and disrespect those people that have been killed in the past. And it creates a residual effect where it's a tit for tat, a one for one. Everyone's trying to get one up on the scoreboard. That creates a retaliatory effect on both sides.
Chief, you have a lot of members of the NYPD here. Who is here and involved in this operation?
Yeah, so this operation involves members of the Detective Bureau. In particular, there's two different units. It's called Queens South VCS. In addition to that, it's a gun violence suppression unit.
What's happening here right now is you see different groups getting together. They're getting their assignments, and they're also getting their orders from their superiors about how they're going to do this raid, how they're going to take these suspects in. Detectives from local precincts, as well as warrants, homicide, and narcotics units, provided backup and were involved in the tactical attack meeting to review strategy.
Most of you guys know which your position is going to be on the team. We're going to move in it tactically. We're going to take our time when we get into the location, make sure we communicate.
Before we go out, they asked me and my cameraman to take precautions, too. So they're giving us bulletproof vests because many of the suspects that they're going after today have been pre-indicted on very serious gun charges. Some are actually accused of murder. We head out onto the highway towards South Jamaica. We're part of an NYPD caravan right now going to the various locations where detectives will be apprehending the suspects in this case. We arrive at the house. The detectives surround it according to plan, while others do a door knock and go in with a warrant for the suspect. The detectives were able to find the person that they were looking for. They have taken this suspect in custody. They were in the house. They came out. No shots have been fired. This suspect, who is wanted for murder, is brought in to be booked. Another team returns with a suspect who wasn't part of the original case. Police say he panicked and threw this gun out the window while the officers were looking for someone else.
Get that my face, my.
The NYPD says this case, like others in recent years, shows that when they do sharply focused investigations and take the most violent offenders off the streets, the surrounding communities experience a drop in gun violence.
These guys did horrific violence out in the streets of South Jamaica. So it's a victory for the community today that these guys are actually all apprehended.
Countless acts, several homicides, non-fatal shootings, incidents of gunfire throughout the community absolutely took its toll. And I'm happy that we were able to deliver a clear message today that that won't be tolerated.
Of course, all of the suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but the NYPD says they have more than enough evidence to support the charges so that they will not be able to shoot anyone again for a very long time.
Send them niggas to jail.
Well, Lisa, excellent work. Thank you very much.
All right, guys. So there you guys go, man. Sad situation here, and I'm talking sad as in these black guys keep on throwing their life away, man. And as you heard in the news, some of these guys range from age 18 to 22, grown ass men, but same time sad. And it's just so crazy how these dudes just so caught up in gang activity and don't have a mind of their own to go out and try to work or try to get an education. They rather be on the street posing with guns and drugs, warring over turf that they don't even own. You know what I mean? And then not only that, end up going to jail for years. Years, man. And when they take a look at it, it wasn't even worth it. And many of the time, a lot of these dudes, they go into jail and some of them learn from their lessons, but some don't. You look at these dudes, you could see that most of them, they look like they don't have any father figure in their life. You know what I mean? And even if you have some of these dudes did have a father figure in their life, a lot of these young kids, they don't even take advice from the older adults no more. You tell them one thing, it goes through the other age, to the other ears. And it's just so sad our black man keep on being a statistic in the to the prison system. You know what I mean? And I really don't feel sorry for none of these dudes, because a lot of these dudes, they don't have a mind of their own. They rather be in a gang. You ever ask someone what's the reason why they're in a gang? And I guarantee most of them tell you just for protection, just because they want to feel big and bad. But you never heard one of them say they're in a gang to get money or try to come up with a business or something. And it's sad. You know what I mean? But it's also a good thing for the community, because with all of these guys removed from the community, a lot of people can go out and feel more comfortable without having to look over their back with these so-called young dudes committing crimes and also robberies in the community. So you have to give the NYPD their props. And I know a lot of people are talking about defunding the police. Yeah, defunding the police, my ass. Defunding their ass, what? Because once something goes by, they're the first one we're calling, no matter what. You know what I mean? And job well done by the NYPD for getting these dusty ass bums dudes off the streets. And it's just so sad, because I know in New York, they were saying, I was reading through the comment section and I also saw it on the news, some of these dudes, they probably serve maybe 10 years or whatever, and then they're on the street again, which is sad, because the amount of crimes and robbery that these dudes did just for that years is crazy. And just to show you that the justice system also needs to fix, because there's a lot of flaws in it. These dudes doesn't deserve to see another day out. No freedom. These dudes commit so much crimes and want sympathy. No. These are criminals who deserve to be locked away for the rest of their life and don't walk another day on the road. And as you could see, man, I'm just wondering how some of these dudes are getting these guns. Most of these dudes don't have a permit. I know in New York it's very hard to get a licensed firearm. Very hard. And these dudes just have access to a lot of these guns, and it's just so unbelievable where they're getting them from. You know what I mean? These dudes, they have no guidance. No guidance, man. And that's why I'm glad that I have a mind of my own where nobody can tell me what to do, or I'm a follower. Because you look at these dudes in the video, man, talking back at the camera, you could tell these dudes have nothing going on from them, or these dudes will change. They won't. And these are people who deserve to be in jail for a long time, man. These dudes wasn't even worrying about their family, their future, or even kids if they have one. They're just worrying about caught up in the street life. And as you see, there's nothing positive come out of the street life but death or to the prison. And it's just sad, man. We black men, we keep on throwing our life over stupid stuff, worrying over turf that we don't own or will never own. And it's just sad, man. And I hope many young dudes listening could learn from these situations that the street life ain't nothing good about it. Go to school, man. Try to get a job or something. Leave the streets alone. Because look at these dudes. Gonna be locked away in a prison cell for the rest of their life. Taking showers with other men. Being around a lot of men. Their girl or their mom probably getting smashed by some of their homies or gang members, rival. You know what I mean? And it's just so crazy. We just sitting and thinking about it, man. Like our mindset as black men, it gotta change. It definitely gotta change, man. We need to start, or should I say it, stop glorifying these gang and start glorifying, how should I say, glorifying the positive thing out of life, man. Because at the end of the day, we know when it comes to gangs, there's no loyalty in gangs, man. And I guarantee a lot of these dudes that's probably going to get locked up is probably some way is going to fold and talk on each other just for their time to be reduced. You know what I mean? So there's no loyalty into the gang activities, man. If you was a gang member, I guarantee, if you was a gang member who's listening, I guarantee you could probably tell some of these dudes that there's nothing positive being in a gang. And also, many of the time, the same person who you look and call your homie and that you would die for will be the same one who turn around and kill you or snitch on you. So I have to commend the NYPD for doing such a great job, man. And I know a lot of people were talking about defunding the police, man, but look at this. They did one of the most, how should I say? They did one of the best job that could ever been done in years, man. Taking these dusty ass dudes off the street and locking them away forever. You know what I mean? And kudos to the NYPD again, as I said, man. And people, just let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe.